Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be my Colourpop haul and review video. This is the second one that I've done. I know last time I said I was gonna try and resist ordering from them again because shipping was so expensive, but then they hit us with that free international shipping. So how was I supposed to resist that? I mean, really. They got so much good stuff and I wanted it all. But yeah, I thought I would show you all of the products that I got, some swatches, what I think of them, do I recommend them, and if I think it's worth it or not. So I think I'll do lips first just because that's usually my favorite. So I ordered 7 lip products. But the weird thing is, I don't know if the shades just looked a little different online, but a couple of the ultra glossy lips that I got were not what I had wanted. I'll start out with those. I picked up 3 of the new ultra glossy lip glosses, and the shades that I got were Finders Keepers, which is a really pretty kind of plum mauvey nude. The second shade that I got is Bestie, which is always kind of my favorite type of a shade. This is a warm pinky nude. And the third color I got is Master Plan, and this is a plummy purple. Finders Keepers and Master Plan were definitely more purple than I thought they were going to be. I did look up swatches online, and honestly, I don't remember ordering Master Plan, but it says it was in my invoice. I mean, I ordered it at like 2 a.m, so it's very possible I just misread it or had like that makeup shopping adrenaline rush where you just throw everything in your cart and don't even think about it. It's very possible that that happened. They're beautiful colors. I mean, I'm happy to have them. It's just not initially what I was planning on purchasing or what I thought they were going to be. Bestie and Finders Keepers are definitely gorgeous. Finders Keepers, because it is more of that mauve tone, is really great for the fall and winter. Master Plan is more purple than I usually ever wear. I don't know how often I'll be wearing this color. As for the formula, I do think they're really pretty glosses. They're a little bit on the thicker side. I do find they absorb into the skin a little bit after a few minutes, but I find them really comfortable to wear. Gives you a really nice wash of color. So overall, I'm really impressed with the lip glosses. I only picked up one of the ultra matte lips just because the formula is not my favorite, but I couldn't resist this color. This is the shade Viper, and this is one of their new shades from their fall collection. It is a really beautiful, kind of like a deep reddish plum, I would say. Like I said, the ultra matte lip formula is not personally my favorite. It's not that I think there's anything wrong with it, like it does look really pretty on the lips, but my lips are always typically so dry that every single liquid lipstick formula pretty much gets a little uncomfortable on me throughout the day. It does last well on the lips. I just find after a few hours, if you're kind of reapplying it, it starts to get a little thick and like a little peely. But I'm just not a huge liquid lipstick person, like that's just me. Next lip products I got were the Ultra Satin lips, and these were all new shades. I believe they're all from the fall collection, and a couple of them were from the kind of Kathleen Lights collection. The Ultra Satins are definitely my favorite lipstick formula from Colourpop. The 3 shades I got are Alyssa, which is also from the Kathleen Lights collection, and this is probably my favorite out of all the lip colors that I got. This is definitely the one I've been wearing the most. It's described as a neutral kind of dusty pink. It's a color that you can wear pretty much every single day with nearly every type of makeup look that you're wearing. The next shade that I got that I mixed with what I'm wearing is the shade Barracuda. This is more of that kind of deeper reddish brown that is always on trend in the fall and winter. It's not extremely dark, like it's a little bit lighter than Viper, but it's definitely more red toned. Most of the shades like this that I have that are a little similar are very matte, so I really wanted a color like this that's much more comfortable to wear. The third shade that I got is the shade November, which is from the Kathleen Lights collection. And this is kind of a warm peachy pink. It's not super bright, not super dark. It's kind of like right in the mid-range. I absolutely love this shade, especially in the summertime. I am a huge fan of that kind of like warm pink with a little bit of the peach tones to it. I just love how flattering these are on the lips. Like I said, they last long, and it is that full coverage that you get from a matte liquid lipstick, but without the really drying, settling into your lines, making you look like the crypt keeper or an elderly person. Because they're a satin rather than a matte, they're very smoothing. So they really help kind of smooth any lines that you might have in the lips, which I just think looks much more youthful and much more flattering. For face products, I only got one face product, and it's one of the Super Shock Cheek Pearlized, or their highlighters base. So Might Be is a kind of warmer coppery bronze highlight. It's a gorgeous color, just if you're very pale or fair like I am, this is just going to be way too dark of a highlight for you. However, for medium tan to dark skin tones, this would be so beautiful. So for me, I will not be using it as a highlighter, but as an eyeshadow, I do love the highlighters. I think they're nice and creamy and smooth. However, I do find you need to apply them with your finger. If you try to use them with a brush, I just don't think you get the nicest application. I love the Colourpop Super Shock shadows so much. I think I mentioned it in my last haul, but they're very similar to the MAC Electric Cool eyeshadows, which, as I stated in my last video, I'm trying to move away from brands that test on animals, and Colourpop does not, so that's awesome. But basically, they're kind of like a pressed cream powder hybrid. You can definitely use them for blending shades, like with a fluffy brush, but I find they work best applied with a small flat brush or your fingers. Because they're a cream, they look so beautiful on the eyes. So I got a few shades. 9 to be exact. And not surprisingly, they're all within kind of the same color family. What can I say? I am a creature of habit. So they're all kind of in like the bronze, reddish, and cranberry tone. It's fall, and I'm a girl, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. So the first shade that I got is the shade Cricket. Cricket is a very unique shade. It doesn't look exactly as described on the website, or like I thought it was gonna be. I would describe it as kind of a like blackened, silvery brown. It does have sparkle to it, and it reflects kind of gold. Even though it is a metallic finish, I don't think it's necessarily as pigmented or as smooth as some of the others. It's still a gorgeous color, it's just a little bit more sheer, and it has slightly larger sparkle particles in it. The second shade that I got of the eyeshadow is the shade Millionaire. This is a gorgeous kind of dark, almost like a blackened gold, I would say. So it does have the gold sparkles to it, but it's got more of that like rusty brown tone. Next shade that I got is the shade Sequin. Sequin is a warm kind of like orangey coral bronze, I guess. And this does have more of a silver sparkle to it. The fourth shade that I got is the shade Muse. This is a pearlized finish, and I think this is probably my favorite formula just because it gives such a beautiful sheen and it's really richly pigmented. It's more of a shimmer and a glow than a sparkle. I love this shade. I'm actually wearing this shade today mixed with the next shade, which is the shade Weenie. This is a color I think from the Kathleen Lights collection. I know she's talked about it multiple times. Now, Weenie is a beautiful, kind of like pearlized rose gold. And this is the main color that I'm wearing on my lids today. I absolutely love this color. It's a little bit lighter, not quite as red or as dark as Muse. The sixth shade that I got is the shade So Quiche Metallic. This is a very unique color. It initially looks like it's going to be kind of a rusty gold, but it does have like a purple reflect to it. Kind of reminds me of like a duochrome where it initially looks one color but it reflects a different color. I also wanted to try one of the satin finishes, and I got that in the shade Paradox, which is such a cool color. This is definitely like a burgundy red. It does come out like a true red, which can be a little scary, I will admit, but it's such a fun color to work with. I am wearing this shade today. I mixed it kind of on the outer corner to give more of that red tone. The trick with working with a red tone like this is to use a little bit at a time. If you go in with a ton of red, it can look a little Halloween-y, or it can make you look slightly gothic. Now, as I pretty much live in black every single day, I don't really care about looking gothic or not because sometimes it just happens accidentally anyway. What I'm trying to say is don't be afraid of shades like this, just play around with them and you will probably fall in love. Lastly, for eyeshadows, I picked up two of the matte formulas. So the first shade that I got is the shade called Shop, and this is a kind of corally orange. My mom thought that I was crazy for ordering a color like this. She was like, what the hell? but I really don't have a bright orange like this. So kind of like Paradox, I like to use colors like this to kind of really warm up the eye, blending it into the crease. The second matte shade that I got is the shade called Tang. This is definitely a cooler, kind of purpley, I would describe it as like a dusty rose. I think the shade is pretty similar to the MAC eyeshadow Ho, H-A-U-X. I'm not trying to call anybody Ho. A shade like this is definitely cooler than the other ones I got, but I love shades like this to blend with, especially if you're doing more of like a pinky tone or like a rose tone eye. As for the matte formulas, I definitely think these ones are better for blending. So they're easier to pick up with a fluffier brush than say the metallic ones. If you try to pick up the metallic or the pearlized finishes with a fluffy brush, it's just not really going to work the best. Matte colors need to be a little bit drier so that your brush can kind of pick up the pigment and it won't just smooth all into the bristles. It'll blend nicely on the eye. Last but not least, I got one of the cream gel colors. So this is more of your true cream eyeshadow or cream eyeliner. So this is kind of a coppery rose gold and it is a cream texture. So it's a little bit richer, a little bit more pigmented than the Super Shock shadows. But I have always loved using a cream base for eyeshadow. I also am really impressed with how long these last. Sometimes cream products can have a hard time staying on the eye all day, but I didn't have any creasing or anything with this. This is in the shade Get Paid, and it's a beautiful kind of copper deep rose gold. So for example, you could take this on like a really small pointed brush. But yeah, definitely impressed with this formula and I will have to order more for sure. So that was everything that I ordered. Did I need any more Colourpop? No, absolutely not, but you only live once. Say hi, bye. So yes, overall, I'm so happy with all of the products that I got. Once again, Colourpop continues to amaze and impress me and I cannot recommend it enough. Let me know what your favorite shades are or what shades you kind of have your eye on. I'm always curious to know. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Bye! I would eat that ass until you love me. And you said, oh my. He says, or you could sit on my face and I'd eat my way to your heart.
Bye.
Bye.
Just say, ever watch Game of Thrones? Say, have you ever watched The Human Centipede? That.
No, I'm
but
gonna say
reverse. Oh my god, this is the worst pickup line I've seen today. Ready? This guy who said, it's a pretty cold day to be coming in hot.